That's not a Nano. Hey guys, Vegnick here, back with another review. Today we are looking at this, the OBS engine Nano. Single coil version of the engine RTA from OBS. What have we got going on? We have got 5.3 mil capacity, subverted top airflow, 25 mil in diameter. It's called a Nano, but it's a pretty big tank in my opinion. Yeah, it's 25 mil wide, 5.3 mil capacity. It's got the fancy airflow thing going on. It's got the clever top fill thing going on that OBS like to do. All the good stuff, in this RTA. Reviewed the dual coil version quite a while back. Reviewed the sub-tank version as well a little while back. Now it's time to find out if the single coil version is as good as the engine brand has been up to this point. Let's go down low, a little look at this. I'll show it a wicket, all that good stuff. We'll come back up top and we'll say, is it all that? Is it all that? Let's find out. The OBS engine Nano. See you in a sec. Alright guys, here we are down low with the OBS engine Nano. It says it on the back, engine Nano. Pause it if you want to read all that gubbins. Available in gold, stainless steel and black. Engine Nano. Take off the top of the box. We got a manual. We've got our tank, spare glass, Allen key. Underneath the next tray, you've got your spare O-rings, some cotton, all that good stuff. So that is that. Put that to one side. Up there. Right. This is your tank. You've got your drip tip. It is actually a normal 510 drip tip. You can put your own in there, but you have to find the right one because it looks a bit funky because it's such a flat base. You don't often see it looking like that, so I think that's why they've done their drip tip with these bits that pan off. So I think it looks okay with the one that it comes with, but I find it looks really weird with normal drip tips. So your choice there, obviously. Adjustable airflow at the top. Now it is at the top, but it does go down into the tank, so the flavour's excellent with this airflow. I've been rocking it sort of like that, and that goes around there. There's 3 of those in total. So that's that. You've got your top fill up here. Literally just pop that open, stick all your juice in that hole there, close it up. 5.3 mil capacity, they say, on here. Underneath we've got our little protruding 510. Do be careful if you're sticking this on some sort of hybrid device. Glass tank, you can completely strip this tank down if needed to. You can replace that glass with the spare glass that comes in the box if you need to. So cleaning it, not a problem at all. Let's get into the good stuff. Opening her up, and you can see the big difference here. It is a single coil affair. Single coil RTA. So the big change there, obviously you've just got these 2 post holes, Allen key screw holes, hex screws, and you just trap your wire in the 2 posts there. Focus up. There we go. Yeah, and as you can see, because I'm only running this at like 45-50 watts, I'm actually poking the cotton down. Let me get a pointer. Okay, so I'm actually just pointing this down. I'm just teasing it down these holes. There's a juice hole there and there's a juice hole there. If you're going for higher power, what you want to do is put your cotton through and then put it underneath and just sort of just smother it over the top, and it's almost just like a self-feeding thing then, almost wicked like an RDA. And that's what I did if you've seen my dual coil review of this tank. So that's what's going on there. You just stick your cotton underneath the coil, make sure it's covering the holes but not blocking the holes, and it'll wick faster if you want to do it like that. But because I'm at low power, it wicks absolutely fine. Another key thing to remember here is this can't be tight here. You need to be able to get a screw in this hole here, otherwise you're just going to choke it off. But as you can see, wicking absolutely fine, working absolutely fine. A lovely deck, very clever indeed. Another thing to remember, because it's got this going down the airflow, going down the chimney airflow situation, it's got these holes just inside. I hope you can see those. and so when you're putting it back together, it does have to lock into these tabs. You see this groove here needs to correspond with this little tag here, so it can be a bit fiddly putting it back together, but once you find that point, you can get it locked in. There we go, and it screws up nicely once you've got it all nailed down. And that is your OBS engine, Nano RTA single coil version. Up close. Let's go back up top. Okay guys, that was the OBS engine Nano, up close and personal. That's how I've been wicking it. Hope that was of some help. Is it all that? Very, very conflicted on this one. I'll tell you for why. The OBS engine dual coil version, it totally was perfect for what it was. So what it was a big dual coil deck, big old tank, loads of juice capacity, loads of airflow, and you could pound it and pound it and pound it with high wattage, and it would just go for it. It would absolutely love it. But this is a bit different, isn't it? Because this is a single coil RTA. Do you need a 25mm single coil RTA? Do you need a 5mm capacity in a single coil RTA? Do you need this much airflow in a single coil RTA? I don't know. I don't think I do. I'm at 50 watts with this, and I feel like that is the limit that I want to take one coil to. 0.3 build, 50 watts. It's wicking absolutely fine, all that good stuff, but I feel like that's the limit, and so therefore I'm closing the airflow down. I'm not really going through that much juice, and it feels very, very big. Like literally the only mod I've seen fit to put it on is the big old RX 200S, because it's such a big tank, 25mm wide. So it's a funny one. In terms of positives, it's still got the flavour. It completely holds the flavour from the dual coil version. It's actually shocking how good the flavour is. I was expecting it to be a little bit more chilled out with it being a single coil, but it holds that flavour fantastically well. The wicking technique on this, the wicking method that this tank is designed for, is awesome. So clever, so easy to do. RDA, coils, wicks down, bosh. You know, it just sits there like a little RDA. It's quality. I love that. I love the way the deck works. I love the way the wicking works, and it wicks and behaves perfectly. The flavour's surprisingly good. The top fill, as always with OBS, that push up thing is absolutely brilliant. And the airflow, you know, the airflow's at the top, but don't forget it actually does work its way down, and it is a proper airflow. It's not just cutting off at the top. So very, very good indeed. Aesthetically, I only have the same negative as I did last time. Obviously it's big, and that you need to take that into consideration, but this drip tip situation, normal drip tips look a bit weird on it. Can I wiggle this off? Normal drip tips, let's get you a normal drip tip. Normal drip tips look a bit strange on it because it's got such a flat top, which leaves you only with this choice of drip tip, which, you know, is not going to be to everyone's liking. So the drip tip situation is the only sort of aesthetic niggle I have, but overall super well made, wicks super well, tastes really good, really nice design, really clever, well made piece of kit, as always from OBS. They really do have a high standard of building. But is it all that? Is it something I would seek out? I still feel like I would seek out the dual coil version. If I wanted a cloudy RTA, I would seek out the dual coil version. This one, I would like this personally. If I was personally shopping for myself, I would like a 22mm version of this. I think that's just my personal taste and personal feelings on single coil RTAs. I'd be looking for a smaller, shorter, neater version of this that was just less action packed, but that's just my personal taste. Is it all that? Yes, it is. It is a single coil version of the OBS engine that does everything it should very, very well. It's very, very good indeed, but personal taste, it's a bit big for me for what it is. That's me. I'm Vic, and I'll see you again soon.